Hi there, my name is Danielle Polk and I'm a literacy coach here at the Kearney School District. Welcome to our new YouTube channel. This is called Teaching from a Distance. Today I'm going to show you how to create groups in Google Classroom. Creating groups is a great way of differentiating your assignments, to increase engagement amongst your students, and to add a little variety to your lessons. So let's get started. I'm going to show you two different ways today to create groups in Google Classroom. The first way is by uploading a document and designating roles out to your students. The second way is by posting a question to individual students in your classroom. Prior to this lesson, I pre-selected my groups. I wrote down their names and their roles. This way I can keep track of who is doing what, and all of my students are aware that they have a stake in this group project. To create group assignments in Google Classroom, we're going to select the Classwork tab and then select Create and Assignment. You'll notice that because this is a group assignment, we're going to title the assignment based on the role the group member has. So for this tutorial, we're going to start with our discussion directors. Underneath that title page is the instructions option. A best practice for distance learning is to make sure that your instructions are very clear and explicit, even step by step if that's what needs to be done. This way the students know exactly what they're supposed to do and exactly what your expectations are of them. Okay, so once we type up our instructions, we can then add our file. I'm going to select this tab that says Add, and then I put my assignments into a Google Drive folder. So I'm going to select that and go into my Drive and select my Literature Circle Roll Sheets folder. Because this is the Discussion Director's assignment page, I'm going to click on the thumbnail and then select Add. And you'll see our assignment is posted. We're going to select the icon that says make a copy for each student. That way our students have their own sheet, they can edit right on the document, and they're not overwriting your files. On the right-hand side of our page, we can see who this assignment is for. So we have our class here and our students tab here. When I click on that, you'll see all of my students are checked. I'm going to select this box that says all students. And now none of my students are selected. I'm going to go to my list and I'm going to choose my discussion directors for this project. Now they're there and you'll see that our assignment is for these 3 students. We can change the point value by making it 100 points, by making it 25, 10, whatever you want to do, or even an ungraded assignment. We're going to select our due date and time. I'm going to make this due April 24th at 2 p.m. so that we can use this assignment for our attendance for the week. Underneath the Topics tab, I'm going to put this assignment into week 5. Distance learning best practices would want to organize their pages by week. That way, since our students are using these tasks for their attendance, we can easily see what week we're in. You can select to organize your classroom in whatever way is comfortable for you and your students. So sometimes we select our topics by genre, by novel, by unit, by chapter. You do what's right for you. We can also add rubrics and create originality reports, but we'll save that for another day. We can assign this project by simply clicking Assign and it will automatically post, or we can schedule it. I'm going to schedule this assignment to go out tomorrow at 8 a.m. This way I can create all of my assignments for all of my classes and they all go out at the same time. So first thing tomorrow morning, my students are going to open up their devices and they'll see that their assignment is there. And once I click Schedule, we're done. We can continue to do this by adding our connectors. We can continue to create our assignments. We're just going to select the tab. We're going to title our page, do our instructions, and select our file from our Google Drive page, go into my Drive again, select our roll sheets, that folder, select the thumbnail for the assignment, click add. We're going to make sure our students each have a copy. We're going to deselect all, and we're going to select the students that are assigned for this project. We're going to make sure that all of our point values are the same and that they're due on the same date. And then we're going to click Assign according to our schedule. So another way we can post groups in Google Classroom is by posing a question. So let's say we had 5 questions that we wanted to assign to our students. So maybe instead of assigning every student all 5 questions, we can break our class into 5 different groups and assign each one a question. So let's do that. We are in my classwork page, so we're going to select Create and then choose Question. For the purposes of this assignment, I'm going to use a Socratic seminar for a novel I had been working on. Instead of asking all 5 questions to all of my students, I'm going to break my class into 5 small groups and ask each one of those groups one question. This way they can focus on one section and they can have a nice detailed conversation. I'm going to copy and paste my question into the question section. I'm also going to take the instructions that I had used and I'm going to put them in here as well. If you need to modify them to suit the needs of a distance learning situation, you can do that as well, right? But just by editing your question. We can also create a new document if we wanted to. The students would receive that document. They can have their own copy. But for the purposes of this exercise, I'm going to have my students reply to one another right here on the question. I'm also going to add some extra notes and strategies because I want them to use the race format and I want them to read a passage. I'm going to allow them to have some extra notes to go along with their lesson. We can add files from Google Drive. We can copy and paste a link. We can add a file from our computer, and we can even upload YouTube videos. So we're going to upload a YouTube video by selecting Add YouTube. A search box will open, and I want them to use the RACE strategy. So I'm going to search for writing a constructed response using RACE. We'll add our search, and we'll see we have several options here, and we're going to take this first video. We vetted it and made sure that it was appropriate for our class. We're going to click add. And there it is. I'd also like to add a video of a read along for Esperanza because my students love to listen along as they read. So I'll give them that added bonus as well. We're going to search for it, and we're in Chapter 1, Part 1, short video, and we can add it there as well. I'm going to select short answer because this is a short answer question. And again, we can see that this question is asked for my class, and we're going to select our students again by checking the All Students box so that now none of my students are selected. And now I'm going to go through the groups that I had pre-made prior to this lesson. So now we can see again that this question is for those 5 students, and I'm going to make this a 20-point question. And they will have until Monday at 11:59 to answer it. I'm also going to put my topic. Because this is for next week, I can create a topic and call it week 6. I want my students to reply to one another because this is a discussion. If I only wanted to ask one question and get one response, or if I didn't want my students to interact with one another with this lesson, I can deselect that by clicking the box. So I'm going to have them reply to one another, and I'm also going to have them edit their answers. Because I have some more questions to post, I'm also going to schedule my questions for later on today. I'm going to schedule my question to go out April 23rd at 8 a.m. This way I have the whole day to finish up, and we can see our question is posted here. I have this week's assignments and next week's. So this is our tutorial for today. I hope that you are more comfortable with creating groups in Google Classroom. If there is something that you would like to see, or if you have a question about anything related to Google Classroom or anything related to distance learning, please feel free to drop me a comment in the comment section or send me an email to dpolk@carneyschools.com. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time from a distance.